Hello everyone. In this episode of WeMats, we are going to talk about the 7 must-have habits to prepare for hard recession times. Hard recession times are here, y'all. Hard recession times are coming, y'all. So if it is not in your country yet, I guarantee you it is coming. It is coming. Guys, it is coming. You need to look at the news, read and see what is happening right now. Recession is almost inevitable. It is coming. So here are the 7 must-have habits for you to prepare for recession times. Okay, number one. So number one, y'all, have an emergency fund. Have an emergency fund. I cannot say this enough. I cannot say this enough. Start preparing early. You should have a minimum, y'all, 6 months. 6 months to a year worth of emergency fund. Okay, because remember this, if you lose your job, it takes at least 6 months, sometimes even sometimes more than a year to get another job. So what are you gonna do in this time while you're still looking for a job? Okay, you have to take care of your family if you have one. You have to pay bills. If you don't have a family, you still have to pay bills. You have to pay water bill, electrical bill, your rent. So you need to have this emergency fund. You need to have this 6 months to probably 1 year of emergency fund, to pay for bills that will come along the way in cases where you need to find a new job or you lost your job. The best way to do this, guys, is that when you first get a job and you're working, when you still got a job, you want to have a set automated savings account to where you tell your employer or your HR department, every month I need you to take, $20, $50, $100, however much you can afford, however little you think you can afford to do, however much you feel you can afford to put, whatever you can feel, you feel you can afford to spare. Put it on the side. Send it to your automated bank savings account. So that way you're not even thinking about it. The HR department is directly doing this before they give you your paycheck. So you're not really, you may feel it the first time and the second time, but after that, it becomes something that you're already used to. You're used to not even having the money in hand. So it straight out goes to your account. It goes to your savings account. You can save so much money over years, over months, so that when it comes time to the time you need this money, you have it. Okay, the other way you can do that is by having a second job. I don't care if it's just 2 hours a day, 4 hours a day, even if it's just a weekend, that you have a second job, to have this extra amount of money that you will put on the side. Okay, not for you to use in the house, not to you to spend on bills, but rather money that's going towards your emergency fund. We can all do this. Anybody can have a second job, from just, whether it's side hustles or some other skill that you have, but you can have a second job, or you still work your regular job to save money for emergency fund. That is the other way that you can do this. Okay, that when real estate interest are up, the housing market usually decline. Okay, so deals come along right when the housing market is declining. So this is the best time for you to invest in real estate. So for those people that do have this money, because there are people out here that actually do have this extra money and they're not sure of how to do it, or they came across amount of money that some relative left them some money, and they just don't know what to do with it. This is the right time when the real estate deals are coming along. This is the best time to invest in real estate. Buy some rental properties and rent them out, to secure yourself from recession. If you can buy houses and flip them and sell them and secure that money for your recession time, yeah, just do it. Just do it. This would be the right time to do that. Okay. Okay, and then we have stocks and bonds. Stocks and bonds. We know that in the bear market, that is when you get your discount. Okay, so you want to invest in stocks, you want to invest in CDs. CDs are certificates of deposits, or a lot of banks right now are giving very good interest. They have very good interest on CDs, very good APYs in CDs as well. You want to look at different, bank accounts. I've looked at a couple of, and I'm not promoting anybody, but I've looked at like Navy Federal, Central Federal have very good interest rates right now going on CDs. I'm not promoting them, but there are a lot of them out here. You just gotta do your due diligence and find out, do your research and find out. But right now, so many banks, are trying to give this good interest rates to get you to keep your money with them, and in the long run, guess what? It's a win-win situation for you and the banks as well. This is the right time to do that. And then the other thing is bonds. So right now there's a lot of discounts going on because it is a bear market right now. Okay, you don't want to buy when the market is all green. No, you want to buy when it's nice and red. That is the time to buy, so that in the future when you decide to sell, you're actually making a nice good chunk out of it. You want to invest in the market when the market is down, not when it's up. You want to invest long term. Don't be trying to put your money in today and then you're trying to get it out tomorrow. No, that's not gonna work. That's not the best way to do it. Okay, but I see this. Do not panic sell. Do not panic sell, my friends. When it's red, it's not the time for you to say, oh my God, it's red, let me go sell my stuff. No way. Bad idea, my friend. No, you don't want to do that. You want to buy when it's low and you sell when it's high. When the market is green, that's the time to sell. Okay, never invest in money you're not sure that you can actually invest in. Never invest in your last little 10,000 you have, or your last little 5,000 you have, and this is all I have and nothing else. I cannot have an emergency fund because this is all I have and I'm gonna put it all in investment. Wrong idea. You want to invest in money that if you afford to lose it, you just say, okay, it was just bad timing. But I'm telling you, you want to put money in there and leave it as long as possible, because if the markets start looking like you're losing your money, guess what? It will eventually come back up. Usually it is not to come back up, a year sooner, later, but it will eventually come back. If you know you can't afford to put money in investment, stock market, CDs and bonds, don't do it. Learn everything about a company before you put money in it. Find anything you need to find about the company before you put any money in it. Do your due diligence. Do your DD. Find information. Read. Learn about it. Listen to the news. Read a book. Listen to people who know what they're talking about. Don't just blindly follow. Oh, so and so say, let's go buy these shares, and you run up in there and buy some damn shares, not knowing what you're doing. Stupid. That's stupid, my friend. You don't want to do that. Learn before you put your money in it. Okay? That's one thing you gotta learn to do. All right, moving on. Now, the other thing you want to do, you want to have some cash as a backup. Have some cash in hand. It doesn't have to be in the bank. Just have some money. Stack it up, okay? Cut down on how much you spend it. The economy start tanking. That is not the time for you to spend your money left and right like it's coming out of Congress left and right. No way. It is time for you to cut back on unnecessary spending. Stash your money up as much as you can as early as possible. Like I say, put it away. Automatic savings, helps a lot. Remember, we talked about that. But if you can put some money and save some money as you go along, that is the best way to do it. Don't wait till the last minute and then you go, oh my God, what am I gonna do? Too late, my friend. Don't do that. Start just as much money as you can along the way as early as possible. Okay, have it. Number five, you wanna get a side hustle. Number five, get a side hustle. Too many side hustles out here, y'all. Too many. Stick with it. Find a side hustle and stick with it. Okay, that will help you prepare for recession. Everyone has a certain skill. Every single person has a certain skill they can use. Whatever job you're currently working at your job, guess what? That can be a side hustle somewhere else. Okay? If you're a doctor, you can be a doctor outside of your normal practice. Okay? If you're an accountant, guess what? You can do accounting jobs for somebody outside of your normal time. Okay? If you are good at public speaking, hey, that's a side hustle. If you braid hair, side hustle. You can open a salon somewhere else. Okay? You can braid hair at your house. All right? If you can tutor, if you're good at math, side hustle, my friend. You can go clean rental properties, do property management, cut some grass, make sure the property is nice and clean. You know, if you're good at farming, you can grow some crops and go sell it. These are side hustles, y'all. Walking a dog. A lot of people out here got dogs and they don't want to walk their dogs. Go walk the damn dog for $10, okay? How about doggy daycare? You can have a doggy daycare. People travel a lot and they can't take their dogs or their pets with them. These are all side hustles you can have. Okay, pet services, grooming the dog. You know, these are all side hustles. Side hustles. Side hustles, my friend. I cannot say it enough. This is money that you can use. Money that you can save for later, for when recession time come, when times are hard. Side hustles, side hustles. We can all do this. Number six, do not compromise your retirement, whatever you do. You have worked so hard over the years. Over the years, you've worked and worked and worked trying to put this money for your retirement for when you're elderly, when you finally say time to relax, when you finally say it's time for you to travel. Why compromise that money? Because you've mismanaged your rest of your funding and now you want to dip into your retirement. Bad idea, my friends. You don't want to do that. Taking money out of your retirement means you're losing on the compound interest that you would have had in the future. The money you could have been relying on before you actually start using what you had been spending in there. The compound interest that you would have been using extra, you taking away from it when you dipping into your retirement before you actually retired. Think about what happens if you suddenly lose your job and you already dipped into your retirement. What will happen? You'll be forced to retire, and you have nothing saved. If you get sick and you have to suddenly retire, you have nothing saved. If you dip in into your retirement early, and you didn't plan enough, okay, or you dipped in early and now you have nothing left. What are you gonna do at your elderly age? Gonna try and get another job? At 65, 70 years old? Come on, y'all. Don't dip into your retirement. Don't do it, my friends. It's a bad idea. Let the money sit there for when you actually need it. Time will come when you truly actually do. Okay. All right. And then number seven, last one, y'all. This is it. Number seven. Oh, this is happening to so many people. Please, whatever you do, avoid this high interest debt. Stop getting yourself into more debt by taking loans that you can't even afford. Okay? Using credit cards, swiping the credit card. Every now and then you just swipe. Stop it. Stop it. I said this before in previous videos. This is the worst thing you can do to yourself. Oh, I don't have any money, but I do have a credit card. Let me just go swipe it. I will pay it later. bad idea, because guess what, you're just adding on to more debt, more problems. Okay, taking high interest loans that you can't even afford to pay, unnecessary loan, taking this big old student educational debt that you're not going to be able to pay later on. Instead of going to these expensive schools that you can't even afford, how about go to community college? How about go to a technical school? You can get the same valued education that you would get in these private expensive colleges. You can get the same education from the community college. Okay, fine, assuming you can't do that, how about start with the community college first? Save as much money as you can, then transfer those credits to this big or expensive school that you want to go to. You will still have saved yourself a whole lot of money. Okay, but if you can get the same quality of education from a community college or a technical college, do that. Don't take this 60,000, 70,000, 80,000 worth of students. Some people are taking even 100,000 worth of, student loan debt. Taking some schools, classes that they could have taken somewhere else for much cheaper. Taking these college classes that a million other people have taken and have no jobs for it. Too much competition. Don't do that. Why are you doing that to yourself? You're not going to be able to pay the money back. You're never going to have a comfortable retirement because all you're doing is paying the student loan debt back. Ridiculous. It is very ridiculous. Stop doing that to yourself. You don't want to do that. That's the worst thing you can do. Okay, so don't take this big old debt, adding debt onto debt. You have one debt and then you take another debt. You haven't even finished paying the first one, you're taking another debt. How stupid. That is not the right way to do it. You don't want to do that. Okay, in the end, remember, your employer only wants to know how much skill you bring to the table. What do you know? How much can you help our company grow? Not what school did you go to or how much did you pay in your student loan. Oh, you paid 80,000 versus 30,000. My goodness, you must have gone to the best school. No, that's not what they want to know. They want to know how much you can bring to the table, how much you can elevate the company. That's what they want to know. So it really, at the end of it, is what skills you have that matters, not what expensive school or how much loan you end up taking to pay for the same degree that somebody else sitting right next to me paid for. Okay, it is ridiculous, my friend. So think about that. Don't put yourself in more debt that you need to be. Don't put yourself in more debt before you pay your previous debt. Adding more debt is not really solving the problem. What you do is pay your way slowly. If you have to save the money before you go back to school, do it. If you have to, work hard first and save the money and then go to school and pay for it in cash, do it. If you gotta get scholarships, do it. There's so many scholarships out here. You just have to know how to apply for it and put the hard work in applying for it. Yes, it does take time. Yes, it takes a lot of, writing compositions and advertising yourself out here before you get the money, but you can do it. I would rather you do that and take several years to get the degree rather than you take a big old loan that you probably never gonna be able to afford. You still gotta live your life. You still gotta pay bills. You still gotta eat, and if you have kids, you still have to take care of the kids, and yet you're still adding more debt that you can't finish paying. Ridiculous, y'all. Okay, so that was it. The last thing I'm gonna say, please like this video, make a comment. I need to hear what you're thinking about it. I need to, know what your side of view is. Some people have more knowledge than I do. I don't know everything. I find the information just like everybody else do, So comment, share the video, because the only way that you can empower somebody else is if you share the video. Don't keep it to yourself, y'all. That is being selfish. You don't grow by being selfish. You grow by empowering other people, spreading the news. Remember, we only rise by lifting others. So you want to rise with other people by lifting them. Like, comment, share, and definitely subscribe, y'all. God bless. Bye.